All right, just the tip. Just the tip. I love it. I love that song. Love that song. So I'm happy with the lights, but I do need a haircut. Uh, so you'll just have to bear with the fact that I need a haircut. What's up, party people? Wednesday night, 10 p.m. It's time for the happy hour with Seth. No teleprompter, no remote control. Look at that's my go-to. But I'm using regular earbuds because I was told by a good friend of mine. She said that when I wear headphones, I look weird. I think I look weird no matter what. But I feel like 90% of what a guy does, what a guy wears, what a guy says is based on someone at some point saying, "Hey, you look good. You should wear, you know, you look good in that Harley Davidson shirt. You should wear more of them." And then you go out and you buy like 10 of them based on what this person said. But what if they don't have good taste? What if they have poor fashion sense? And you're out, blowing all your cash on a wardrobe that makes you look like you're a Hell's Angel. But nonetheless, I think that when a guy hears it, especially from a woman, the guy's like, "Oh, whatever. Oh, you look good, with a beret, huh? Well, then I am going to buy a whole bunch of berets." Um, Bunch of lava lamps this week. There are lava lamps all over the place, upstairs, downstairs. Uh, Lava lamps. They're coming. I feel like everything comes back. My mom used to say, she should rest in peace, that everything, if it goes out of style, it comes back. Everything comes back. She also used to tell me that the Rockaways were coming back. So, and when I drive through them now, boy, boy, it's the same. It's the same. I have Far Rockaway stories. You can read about them in my upcoming. I don't know if I'd call it a book. It's called Dis. I guess I would call it a book because it's a book. Dispense as Written, and it's basically the stories of a pharmaceutical rep during the height of the industry and what went on, the shenanigans that went on. It's pretty fucked up. The old timers would tell you that, like guys like my uncle Jerry, or um, the list goes. All the old timers who were in pharmaceuticals in like the 70s and 80s. I guess it was the 70s and 80s. They used to meet my uncle Irwin from my ex-wife's side, but Uncle Irwin was a great guy. He should rest in peace. Um, and we would go over to Aunt Florence and Uncle Irwin would tell me stories like that on Mondays they'd meet in the East Bay Diner parking lot, and everyone would have lists of the medications they needed, and you would go like from car to car, and everyone would just hook each other up with whatever medications they needed. And I'm sure the statute of limitations is long gone on that. When I started in pharmaceuticals, they had they I can't think of what the legislation was called, but doctors had to sign for samples, and the young people who are in pharmaceuticals now, it's all electronic. Back then, man, it was pen and paper. You had to fill it out. You had to keep all of your sample cards, signed sample cards, for 7 years. Um, it was crazy, crazy. And they literally kept track of every single sample. I had a doctor that I called on that we became friends over the years, and his wife, um, I don't know if you say allegedly, I think she was found guilty. Well, his wife allegedly killed him, and she poisoned him, but it wasn't a normal poisoning. It was a messed up. See, I corrected myself because we're in the first few minutes. It was a cocktail of all kinds of drugs, one of which was the drug that I was promoting. And I used to leave this guy so many samples out the ass. It was a sleep drug. So she was doping him up, but also she had a good mix of highs and lows. Oh, my hand did something weird there, like the Matrix. I'm gonna jump and see what happens. I don't jump. Although if like a millipede ran across the floor, first I'd wet myself, then I'd shit, then I'd jump. But yeah, so it was a different game then. I don't remember how this even started, but that's what happens. That's what happens. A couple of weeks ago, I had mentioned that when Stan and I were on a ride, not like a Nunley's, not like Adventureland, we were on a drive, and and I did my little diaper experiment where I shit myself. No, where I would say the word diaper repeatedly in all kinds of contexts and not in context. What do you feel like doing for lunch? I think I want Jersey Mike's. Yeah, me too, diaper. I'm gonna get an adult diaper. And then that night I went on my laptop, which you can't see, but I'm looking at it. I went on my laptop and my Facebook feed had all these uh, incontinence, drugs, and all kinds of diapers, swim diapers, adult diapers, kid diapers. Uh, they make fucking like thong diapers. I guess thong's not the right word to use in the summer. Uh, uh, G-string diapers. I don't know what you'd call it. Tea-back diapers. But how much can a tea-back diaper? If you need a fucking diaper, what's a tea-back diaper gonna do? So basically, it's that your phone listens to you, your car listens to you, your computer listens to you, Siri, Waze chick, you know, and I went through a rough patch where I'm like, "Hey, Siri, how come I don't get anywhere with girls?" And she said, "My name's Alexa, you asshole." So there you go. Thank you, thank you. Um, I I did set this up where I'm almost close enough to reach a giggle button, but I'm still a little shy. Story of my life. I'm a little shy. Wrong. So you know, you wonder how, and it's not. There's all kinds of formulas and all kinds of, uh, I guess, I guess formulas. I can't think of the technical word where they track shit and they know what they think they know what you're interested in, and especially Facebook, man, that they have it down pat. An algorithm, an algorithm. I feel like I went to high school with Algorithm. I think he was Julie Garithm's brother. Oh, it was Julie Garithim, Algorithm. Anyway, that's like Maria. Oh my God, Maria Minella and her brother Sal Minella. Real names, real people. I'm gonna Google funny names. I bet my name won't be on the list. I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with my status in the music world because I fancy myself to be pretty good, pretty proficient, easy to work with. I'm I'm an ass, but who isn't? I'm not an asshole. I'm an ass. I'm more. I think it's from the genus jackass, not asshole or asswipe. But the I do like not wearing the over the ears because then I can see my manly earring. Tonight I'm sporting the hoop that my ex-wife gave me. This is the only thing I got. This and the kids, which the kids are worth everything. Everything. The other day I thought about, uh, having more children. Uh, that thought quickly passed because, for a day it's cool, but best part of kids is making them. So my Facebook feed has been filled with, uh, I don't even know how I would describe it. And I'm not complaining. I'm not kvetching. This is by no means a kvetch. I guess the easiest way is I'll explain it after you see the video of what my feed is filled with. Now I don't know if that's good form, if it's not good form. I hate golf, yet I somehow enjoy that video. So I'm thinking, what? How? Like, why would Facebook know that I would like that video? And I looked through a couple of my recent posts, and I came across a couple of pictures, and I think that I think this could explain. I think it could explain why they went with that. I'm not like a fan of Shooter McGavin. Happy Gilmore 2, starring Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I think just came out. Um, I mean, I'll watch it at home streaming. But yeah, so I think that they see, you know, they know everything, who you hang out with, who you hang out with. And I think that that might have a lot to do with it, a lot to do with it. But I digress because there are questions that you always see lists. Everyone does lists. Rick Beto does some great lists. 10 best intros, 10 best drum fills, 20 best guitar intros. But there's always the inevitable list of who's the best drummer, who's the greatest drummer. My opinions are so different from my fellow drummers. And a lot of it is because I know people, so I'm biased. Uh, I can't even find can't even find the earpieces. If Bobby needs me, he'll just either write something across the screen or something. But I know what I sound like. I was going to do a ton of reverb and do like an AM radio voice. There was a guy that used to do that. I don't know if it was on Carol Burnett. I don't know. Not that it matters. But Laugh-In. Who's on Laugh-In? Wow, Laugh-In. Do I feel old? If anyone knows where I could watch Love American Style, I would love that. Everything I'm saying is not in any of these 4,000 cards, but uh, I let the world in on a little. It's not a secret; it's public knowledge that Seth Salwin is the world's okayest drummer. And I kind of did a search, and I every once in a while put my name in to see, like I'll Google search myself, and I'm an ass, but I'll see pictures, much like a lot of the photos in the intro. Photos like that come up, you know, uh, or I'm wearing a shirt that says like, you know, I'm a fart smeller instead of a smart feller, or let me tongue punch your fart box. All those shirts seem to make it onto the internet. And, I mean, I'm a fashionable guy. That's all I'm saying is that I kind of have my own style, my own style. Did I mention I should live on exit 5 uh, off of 95 going north through Connecticut? Anyway, it's my anus. Connecticut, my anus, Connecticut. But that was last week's show. That's a callback. So I do a little Google search and I see Seth Salwin, Soul Tone Cymbals, um, and I see a lot of bangers and mash stuff, great stuff, such great stuff. A lot of 2070s stuff, some Plan B stuff, a good amount of Plan B stuff. But um, the drumming stuff. shows me with pork pie snare drums. Bill has a kit right now that hopefully you will see here in this basement because I need another drum set, like a hole in the head. But these drums, what happens is they call my name, and I'm looking at the picture and I hear Seth, Seth, we miss you. So what am I going to do? But I was curious about my status as the world's okayest drummer, and so I was going to look it up, and I didn't. I saw a couple of things, the little uh, picture that says Seth Salwin, world's okayest drummer. That's not like gospel. That's not like, you know, it's kind of hearsay. And yes, it's a picture, it's a certificate, but you kind of want concrete evidence. So when you want concrete evidence, you got to go to the source and ask Alexa. Alexa, is Seth Salwin the world's okayest drummer?
From consequence.net. He has a fantastic feel and is a unique drummer in the rock and roll world that should get more credit than he gets.
Thank you, Alexa. Alexa, you just made my day. And much like a real woman, I tell her she makes my day and she doesn't even respond. Cold shoulder from Alexa. I expected more. Usually, when I tell her, I say, Alexa, you are the best. She says, now I feel like an ear of corn because I'm grinning from ear to ear. Now I feel like corn because I'm grinning from ear to ear. Now Alexa's going to be mad at me for messing that up. So yes, I am indeed the world's okayest drummer. I have a great feel, uh, which that I could have told you. I have a great feel, and I should get more credit than I get. So clearly, she's an excellent judge of character. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Um, so I actually am kind of on target right now with what I wanted to be on target with. So I'm feeling good about myself. So you saw a photo of me and Coney. She's in Brooklyn, so Tuesday nights we go to see the concerts in Shore Park. And this coming Tuesday night is the Coney Express. It's a Brooklyn country band. I think the name might be a little punny. Certainly not funny. Just kidding, guys. I love the name. Yeah, so the pony, the Coney Express, I guess, for Coney Island. I told Coney that it's for her, that they named the band after her. Um, I think part of the reason I do well uh, with people who that English isn't their first language is because I think they only understand about 70% of what comes out of my mouth. And I do notice that uh, there's a lot of smiling when I curse, when I'll be like, look at this fucking guy. And I get a look like I'm adorable, which that's pretty awesome. So um, just now in my memories, it came up from a year ago when I taught her to drive. So she has a valid New York State license, and uh, I taught her. So there's one more shitty driver on the road. It's not my forte, not my strong point, which is why you just put a big push bar on the front, trailer hitch on the back. You're all set. But every day I feel like her English gets better and better. I can't fathom moving to a country and having to learn the language. I mean, you learn the words you need, like el baño, cocina, kitchen, el baño, the bathroom, uh, fuck you. I think that's universal. Fuck you. Um, how much for an hour? No, I'm kidding. uh, because anyone who's in that occupation knows those words. You turn over now. Um, my favorite 4 words. So in in helping her with her English, uh, I kept thinking of the joke, and I don't know if I told it. I think I did tell it once. We used to go to Moshe Peking, which was a kosher Chinese restaurant. I'm gonna go with Brooklyn. I could be wrong. I don't think it was in the city. I think it was outside of the city. But Moshe Peking and my dad would kibitz with the owner and the management and the wait staff. And so the waiter would come over and start talking in Hebrew. And my dad says to the owner, "That's amazing. How do you get these Chinese guys to speak Hebrew?" And the owner says, "Shh, shh. They think they're learning English." So, so I feel like when she asks me questions like, "How do I say?" I mean, I give her the correct answer. But when I Google something, like I'll say, "How do I say I'll see you tomorrow" in Chinese? How do I know what it's printing out doesn't really say, you know, "fuck you," or, "I like cheese," or whatever? I don't know. I don't speak it. So a couple of things to keep in mind, and I made a couple of notes. Um, it's not just about the English language. It's not just about the words. There's punctuation, there's proper grammar, and I speak well. I, I speak well. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I speak well, and I know I speak well. I have so many friends who are like, "Hey, can you, write this letter for me?" And I say, "Sure, dear parole board. It has come to that time of year again." But is he serious? Is he kidding? So, you know, there's a meme about it that the difference between that punctuation is important because it could mean the difference between helping your Uncle Jack off a horse or helping your Uncle Jack off a horse. So, with that said, I would like to apologize to the Gonzalez family. Now I know there's a difference between anecdote and antidote, and it's a huge difference. Um, so again, to the Gonzalez family, I'm sorry. I was trying to help. I was trying to help. So it's a lot of words mean the same thing, and that's what I think confuses Coney the most. Is she'll say, I'm trying to think what we were talking. Oh, there were people playing frisbee in the park, and I'm like, heads up, because I'm from Long Island. Heads up, and she didn't know what I was saying, and she says, "Why didn't you say look out or be careful?" And I said, "Well, because it means the same thing. Heads up, I guess, is like heads up, so you don't get hit in the face with a ball." Um, and I was thinking that there are so many words that sound the same or that mean the same thing. Best example I could think of was "I'm sorry." I'm sorry. I apologize. So I feel like they mean the same thing, except if you're at a funeral, then you don't go up to the family and say I apologize unless you have a reason to apologize. So context comes into play with that, and it's 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 kind of cool to see in the year just how the language has progressed. I remember I had a friend, Joanne, who lived in Astoria, and they had Greek newspapers, Greek everything. Her parents lived in this country for decades and didn't speak a fucking word of English. And I'd be like, huh, how did they survive? But it's because the neighborhood is so not isolated, but it's all Greek to me. But pun intended. When I was driving through Brooklyn the other day, I was kind of freaked out at how there were pockets of Russians, pockets of Orthodox Jews, pockets of uh, Hispanics, pockets of, I mean, I should say it the way I would say it when I was driving. I'm like, wow, geez Louise, look at all the Ricans. Wow, look at all the Hebes. And it was pockets everywhere, pockets. Um, we're going to do, I have one segment that we started a couple of weeks ago called Famous Flatliners. Sadly, so far it's been Ozzy, Connie Francis, Hulk Hogan, Malcolm Jamal Theo Huxtable, and now Lonnie Anderson. She was the receptionist on WKRP in Cincinnati. I used to want Howard Hessman, Dr. Johnny Fever, to hook up with her. I don't know why I just did that. I used to want him to hook up with her. She was like, full figured gal with platinum blonde hair. She was great in that role. It's a good show. It's an underrated show. But so thoughts and prayers to her family. Um, she was Jennifer on WKRP. Yeah, but that's fucked up. She was only 79. That's another thing I was talking about today. As you get older, oh no, I was talking about it last night with Angela. As you get older, uh, your perception of old drastically changes. Like, when Stan and I work together, he's fully functional. So then I'm like, wow. So, you know, then you think of old as being like Mel Brooks. He's getting older. He just turned 99. It's fucking old. 99. I'm going to be there one day. I'll be 99. I'll be chasing my poor Jamaican nurse around. Let me tell you something. I'm a drummer. I have crazy arm strength. That wheelchair will chase that poor girl. She's going to want, she'll be begging to go back to Haiti. Begging. But yeah, so this week's famous flatliner is Lonnie Anderson. Sad. It's very sad. Kind of sad. Um, I getting back to the learning the language. Like I signed up on Coursera to learn Chinese. Even if I could learn to speak it, how am I going to look at what the characters look like? That is the character for love. Who am I, Picasso, that I'm going to sit down and be like, besides, I paint with broad strokes, pun intended. So the it's just bizarro. I do want to, because I think uh, that we're almost at the halfway mark. So I'm going to talk about the sponsors. Talk about the sponsors. I do want to thank Larry Scott for mentioning me on Facebook today. He did make a reference that he has new snare drums and that they're 5 inches like Seth Salwin. So, first of all, my number is 17, but I measure from the spleen. So, there's some turns and bends. Larry has a couple of kits right now that are awesome. Awesome. And those 5 inch deep snares. Okay, the beak and the eye went simultaneously. That's crazy. Um, he has a couple of great Vistalite kits. I think he has a big stainless one, stainless steel. He's the man of stainless steel. Reach out to him. He has all kinds of crazy specials right now. Um, in fact, Larry is a little crazy special, but definitely reach out to him. He's also handsome. If you get anything from him when you drive to Jersey, you have to bring him All American Burger, but we'll talk about that in 2 minutes. Go Granny Racing. Um, Boom Chicka Boom, my favorite name for a horse. Boom Chicka Boom. How do you not love that name? She has many, many horses, stables stables full of horses. Is that crazy? I know I keep promising the birth video. Part of me is worried that I'll get like, a following of weirdos who do things with never mind. But a horse gives birth to a horse. Of course, of course. So, so go Granny Racing, and I'm going to make you a promise because it's August, whatever the date is, 6th. On August 13th, we are going to watch the miracle of Horsey Birth. Horsey Birth, the miracle. It's a miracle. And then people will think that Strong Island TV is like the National Geographic Channel. Um, there is also, I just mentioned All American Burger. I have such a craving right now for a double double All American Burger. Oh my lord! Today the line was a little longer than I had time to stop for, so I just walked right across the parking lot to Marshall's ice cream bar, and I had a chocolate vanilla twist with rainbow sprinkles. Um, I figured out what the Seth should be at Marshall's. It should be a chocolate vanilla twist with just the tip dipped in like the brown bonnet, hard chocolate, and then along the bottom, rainbow sprinkles. Because who doesn't a sprinkled bottom and just the tip dipped? My theme song for the show is just the tip. I think it's a natural. I think it's a natural. So to the sponsors, I say thank you. I say l'chaim. This Mets cup I put in the dishwasher, and now it's a crazy shape, but I can't show you because it's full. So quick sip. Thank you, l'chaim. Thank you, sponsors. Wow, that's delicious. Uh, wow, that really is good. I ran. I ran into an ex-girlfriend here on the island, and she's a grandma now. Does nothing for me, but she's like, "I'm a grandma now," and I'm like, "Whatevs." Uh, and I said that she said, "It's good to see you're so happy," and I said, "And it's good to see that you've kind of reassessed your life." And she said, "I remember you telling me I should embrace my mistakes," and I said, "You absolutely should embrace your mistakes." And just then, she reached across and hugged me. She gave me a hug, like I'm a fucking mistake. Like, don't wait, you embraced me right after that, after we said that. So then I remembered why she's an ex-girlfriend. There's a reason why she's an ex-girlfriend. So I'm looking at some of these jokes that I wrote out for tonight, and I'm a fucking animal. These I can't say these. I have siblings. I have children. I have 2 children that I know about. I am happy to report that this week's Seaford Bagel adventure, um, it was pretty much anticlimactic. Nothing went down. There were no assholes there. Oh, this is kind of funny. A guy walks in and he's jacked. He's shredded. He walks over to order, and I'm standing next to him, and I'm about up to his nipples. Um, I guess I could say, well, on him, they're pectorals. This guy was jacked and so fucking handsome that everyone's kind of staring at him. And Virginia came over to take his order, and she's like, "Oh, look who's here, handsome." And I said, "Yes, but I already ordered." And she laughed, and I said, "Virginia, I'd like you to meet my twin brother." And the guy turns to me and says, The resemblance is uncanny. And I said, "I feel like I am looking in a mirror." And he laughed, and Virginia says to me, "You should see his wife." And I said, "Don't fucking get me in trouble here. I should see his wife. I don't need this guy hammering me like chopped meat. I don't need him beating the shit out of me. I'll have someone else do that at some point this week." But, so that was the only, kinda adventure. I also parked in back, uh, because after the incident last week with the old man hitting me, if I park in front and I get hit, that's on me. That's on me. They did when I called to give them my order, like I do every Sunday, they did tell me the same story that, uh, there's a line out the door and that they're not taking phone orders. And again, I explained that if they took phone orders, there wouldn't be a line out the door. Then when I got there, there's 4 fucking people online. 4 people online. So, that's like how many people watch my podcast, all 4 of you. So I'm like, "This is the line out the door? This isn't the line out the door." So whatevs. 2 things very important, very important. Uh, well, 3 things. The first is I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. It's on YouTube. Uh, I've heard it said that I am the future of YouTube, that the future of YouTube is youtube.com/at SethRock1. I've heard that said, but it's my answering machine. I hear it when I call my answering machine. It says Seth Zawin is the future of YouTube. Um, so again, it's youtube.com/at SethRock1 because I'm so technologically savvy. So this Saturday at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, which is usually when 4 p.m. is, from 4 to 8, right on the creek, on the water, I will tell you, arguably the best baked clams on Long Island. I'm not going world. Uh, on Long Island, arguably the best baked clams. And they come in a clamshell the way a clam comes, not a fucking tinfoil, shaped kind of sort of like a shell that, no. If, first of all, if I'm eating a tinfoil clam shelled product, it's probably radioactive, uranium, who the fuck knows? So, uh, so the baked clams there are insane. Coconut shrimp there is insane. I got shrimp cocktail last time we played there, and we're there like once a month. I got shrimp cocktail last time I was there, and baked clams, and they do a rum punch thing where, geez, I don't even remember playing the second set. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course, I remember playing it, and I was fucking fabulous. I'm the world's okayest drummer. Um, so Toomey's, I should give the name of the place while I'm talking them up. Toomey's on the creek. It's on Ketchum in Ketchum. I don't even know them. It's on Ketchum in Amityville, and it's great. It's a great venue. Drive up in your boat, or drive up, motor up in your motorboat. What? Sail up in your boat, cruise up in your boat, and then or drive up in your car, or swing from trees. I don't give a shit. Just come see the band. The prices are good. The service is good. I'm telling you, baked clams. My ninnies just got hard. No shit. My ninnies got hard from baked clams. So good. I've also had I forget what it's called. Maybe clams oreganata there. No, shrimp oreganata, I think I had there. Unbelievable. I like food. Who doesn't like food? I love food. I love food. So that's this weekend, that's Saturday at 4 p.m., 4 to 8 p.m., the Gypsy Felons at Toomey's. Next weekend, oh my God, I got invited uh, to a wedding. This couple, they're very intelligent, very intelligent. He's a nice guy. She's very pretty. He's he's a nice guy. They're Wi-Fi developers. They're Wi-Fi developers. And I wasn't going to go, but I'm sure the reception is going to kick ass because they're Wi-Fi developers. Um, Great reception. Some of these, when I write them down, I wet myself from laughing. And then when I say them, I'm like, ooh, you know. I have a good friend on Facebook, and she's a very outspoken Jewess, which it kind of goes hand in hand. But she has a great name, an Israeli name, and I'm not going to say her name. Check my friends list; it'll stand out. She doesn't stop talking about that dude running for mayor, that guy who's like, "Ooh, bad news for the Jews, bad news for New York." I like Curtis Sliwa. I've met him a handful of times. Great guy. Come on, guardian angel. You don't vote for a guardian angel? Why not? What's your problem? Anyway, so the crime stats are crazy, crazy crime stats. I don't know if you know this. Someone in New York gets stabbed every 52 seconds. Someone in New York gets stabbed every 52 seconds. I thought I had shitty luck. If I were that guy, I would move because holy shit. If I were him, I would move. That's all I'm saying. I can't believe that took two cards. Oh, people. Um, then I had a bunch of corny jokes written down. How, uh, all right. So I got a letter sent to my sister's house from family court. And why it was sent to my sister's house, I don't know, because they have my address. They have my address. I get my child support statement to my address. I pay my child support from my address. Now, a lot of you are saying child support, but your children are in their 60s. No, my son is going to be 24, and my daughter's going to be 20. And yes, I still pay because I'm a schmuck and a half. But so, it got me thinking about my ex. Nothing good. And God, I remember that time she got hit by a bus. That was fucked up. I was such a good bus driver. I missed that job. But marriage is a lot like algebra. You see your ex and you wonder why. If anyone's a teacher out there, they think it's funny. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just not funny. There was another video that I wanted Bobby to show because if you do any driving on Long Island, and I would imagine if you live on Long Island, obviously you have to drive. So Bobby's going to show this video, and I'm curious if you can relate. So this is something that is unique, I believe, unique to New York. I am sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic on Sunrise Highway, 27 East. You have three options to travel east or west if you're on the South Shore. And I chose 27 East because Waze told me it's the best route. I live 1.2 miles from here, and it says it's going to take 20 minutes. How's that for traffic? It's 6 p.m. on a Thursday. Let's see if we can get a look. I mean, I'm going 20 miles per hour. 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour. That's fucked up. Unbelievable. I did want to mention Bobby gave me two unbelievable posters, a Neil Peart Zildjian poster framed, gorgeous, and a Neil Peart Ludwig USA poster. And honestly, I didn't even realize he played Ludwigs. I know he played Slingerlands before, you know, moving on, but I thought that was wild, wild. So thank you, Bobby. I do want to mention the T-shirts. When I was with Bobby this afternoon, um, he stopped by my meth lab just to say hello. Kidding. Uh, but I just thought of another one when you're teaching someone English. But so the T-shirts, first of all, there's nothing that he can't do. But the T-shirts came out great. And that's the T-shirt on the young lady in my room. And I think that people are like, you have a happy hour T-shirt on a mannequin in your room. But I think that when the mannequins are naked, it's kind of weird that you have naked mannequins. Now, that's an actual human being. So thank you, Maureen, for sporting the Happy Hour with Seth T-shirt. Uh, Anyone who wants, see, that's what she looks like without the shirt. Uh, God, she's lovely. She's lovely. So, and the fact that I have a bunch of them in my room is, might be a little weird. Might be a little weird, a tad weird. Who's, I don't, I don't judge. I don't judge myself. But yeah, so the T-shirts, Bobby can do anything and everything. He can make. I'm having him make me not a T-shirt, a TP, and it's going to say "King of the Hebrews" in New York Mets colors. Um, I haven't talked to him about it yet, but I have an idea for it, and I also want to get a car cover for the Escalade, but I don't want people knowing it's an Escalade, so it's going to say, like embroidered in, not an Escalade. I think it works. I think it works. Although anyone who would steal that car probably can't read. Just saying. Um, so yeah, so there's that whole thing. But there was something else that I wanted to touch upon, and again, it's not the subtleties between bacon and women, because bacon smells great, looks great, tastes great, and slowly kills you. So that's like women. But then you could say that I guess that husbands or guys are like savings bonds. Takes forever for them to mature. Personally, I'm like I don't know what kind of bond because what you see is what you get. I enjoy life, and I don't know about maturing. Anyway, so the uh, Tinder tales and the match mishaps. Coney and I met well over a year ago on Match. We talk and we hang out. She's a great person, great friend, and uh, and I guess there's been some kind of uh, I don't know, some kind of spark, but I would imagine that this will be a great run until until the drugs wear off and she realizes what I'm like. She's very cool. The first time I met her, I asked her if she had a mirror in her pocket, and she didn't understand why. She said, "I a mirror in my pocket," and I said, "Yes, because I can see myself in your pants." And she chuckled like a, "I don't understand what you just said," kind of chuckle. And I was like, wow, like fish in a barrel. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. Um, and before her, you heard the Tinder tales that I had. I mean, one chick was a hooker, so I only went out with her 5 times. Now kidding. Um, I'm Jewish. I'm not pissing away money. I have my own hand. And then one chick was a dude. Dude looked like a lady. He was he was fucking beautiful, or she. Are you gonna be am I gonna be your first uh transsexual girlfriend? Am I gonna be the first transsexual you've been with? And I said, "Oh, no, because I'm never gonna be with you." Um, and so the odds weren't very good, um, having come off of those experiences. Not good at all. There was the Jesus freak, the she was a chaplain. I'm not gonna mention for what government agency, uh, but I do like police uniforms. Hot. I really like surgical scrubs, and if you're holding a clipboard wearing surgical scrubs, I must have you. I must. I am so attracted to that. Again, years in pharmaceuticals. Uh, but most recently, I was dating a woman who was honestly, she was schizophrenic. Schizophrenic. Don't judge. She's good people. She's good people. So on that note, I think. Oh yeah, I can't believe how time flies. I only made one toast. Hopefully next week, my famous flatliners has no one. I'm going to mention it every show, but if there's no one, like I don't want anyone dying just so I have the name to say. Uh, if I ever did like stand up, I would want to. I think I'd want to die on stage because then people would be like, "Oh my God, he killed, he killed, he killed." So, and then the only other thing that I should have mentioned with Go Go Granny racing is that I'm getting a racehorse. I'm getting a racehorse. You heard correctly. I'm going to name it My Face. I'm going to name it My Face. This way, when the horse is racing, people in the crowd will be screaming, "Come on, my face! Come on, my face! Come on, my face!" So it's kind of a visual, you know. Uh, with that said, I try to inject some highbrow humor and end the show on a you know a high standard, a high standard. Um, the eyes are going, the nose is going. Uh, I'm already deaf, so they say that. Oh no, they say something else is the first thing to go. Anyway, next week maybe we'll see a horse give birth. Maybe we won't. Um, maybe we'll broadcast from Katie O'Reilly's on Merrick Road in Baldwin. Maybe we won't. That's the beauty of this. It's like I always bitch that I don't go out, and then when I go out, I realize why I don't go out. You people are going out Saturday night, Saturday day, little day drinking, baby. 4 p.m. The Gypsy Felons at Toomey's. Uh, Friday night, go to Paradise Studios. Mention to Bobby that you watch the Happy Hour with Seth, and he'll get you a good seat. He'll get you a good seat. Everyone's a winner. Guys, have a great week. Remember, if you need t-shirts, if you need well, I'm not even going to tell you unless you subscribe. No, really, seriously, subscribe. Nothing weird's going to happen. I'm not going to follow you home. I already do that. Guys, have a great week. I will see you Wednesday night. Same Seth time, same Seth channel. Take care, guys. Be good. Be the good.